your victory is guaranteed. Now, because some of us live a lifestyle of trusting God, we are not surprised when we get the victory. We are never caught off guard when God blesses us, promotes us, sends us better, does for us the good measure, the press, the shaking, and the running. I never forget growing up when we started acting like that. Mama always had something she said to us. It never failed. When you get to talking in a certain way, doing certain things, she tell you, take it back. So every my sister laugh, take it back. Like, Mom, what you got? Take it back to wherever you got that from. I don't know who you hang, but listen, folk can change on you because they're hanging with people you don't know anything about. Listen. Now we got to bring it up to date, because in the time we live in now, this just don't have to be physical. See, who you hanging out with on social media? Who you following? Whose stuff you got to look at every day? You got to look at what they're doing. You got to look at what they're saying. Don't act like that. Some of you got to look at what certain folk post. You know, if you ain't looked at certain things, you don't feel right. You ain't got your fix. I ain't been on there yet. And some of you, that's a habit. If you ain't careful, folk can watch you just sitting somewhere and your thumb be doing that. That's that scrolling thumb. No. So we're about to look at what can cause us to walk disorderly. Because some folk had that testimony, Pastor, I'm getting myself together. God bless you, brother. It's time, man. Pastor, it's time for me to grow up. God been dealing strongly with me, Pastor, about my life. And it's time for me to accomplish certain things. Time for me to be the man. No, they don't say it like that. The man of God that he done ordained for me to be. And some folks will squinch up their eyes, and that means, Pastor, it's my time to be about the Father's business. We hear you. But you got to understand who and what can cause you to change your walk. Now, the Bible says that when a man begins to do right, when a man begins to straighten up, if you will, the Bible talks about how every fool will start melting. It ain't that like when you start making steps. I don't care if they baby steps to get yourself together. It's amazing how people now want to know why you changing. What's going on with you, girl? Oh, don't tip. Oh, you said you would never go. Oh, so you back up? Oh, girl, stop. Now I just went to church. No, but you. See, they noticing. They noticing. We still going such. No, I ain't going. I don't need to do it. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go without me. 1 Corinthians 15. Do not be deceived. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be deceived. How do people go from walking properly to then walking disorderly? According to this, they can be deceived. They can be deceived. Ain't nothing wrong with you doing that. But if God told you not to do it, something is wrong with it. It's wrong because he told me not to do it. Don't be deceived and start doing what God told you not to do. See, if God delivered you from drugs and then he told you, look, you don't need to hang with anybody who's still a user. I don't care how tight you are with somebody, you got to sever that relationship. Because you may not be to the point to where you can smell the smoke without wanting a puff. I'm teaching right. You got to know yourself. You got to know what God told you. When I first got saved, because of a lot of things that I was coming out of, there were places God told me, don't go here. There were people that he told me, don't hang with them. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. And a lot of those people got upset with me. Do you hear me? They had a problem with me changing the way that I walk. But I knew the things that we had in common. Come on. And none of it was things that I needed to continue doing. See, sometimes we don't want to put in the work. Sometimes we don't want to put in the work. You want the reward. You want the blessing, but you don't want to put in the work. Because I want to be delivered. How bad do you want to be delivered? There were certain things I was determined that I knew, watch this, that God had brought me out of, that I was not going back to. That's what I knew. I knew the whoremonger I used to be. I knew certain things about me. So there were certain things I wasn't going to do. Y'all, some of y'all act like you don't like teaching like this. You can't walk properly without teaching like this. You got to know you. Folk get to joking and playing at the job too much. You got to know you. You know when you get to joking, you also get the line. Watch out for that car. Oh, I got you, man. I'm just playing. Ain't no car. You lying. You are lying. You get the joking, playing too much, then you get talking about things that's inappropriate. Come on, next thing you know, you involved in a conversation that's dirty. But see, I said, I know me. I need to be real careful. Y'all, well, some of y'all, if y'all could just see the looks I'm getting. Now, some of you out there now, this applies to senior citizens too. Because sometimes you teach about certain things, senior citizens be like, yeah, pal, deal with these young folk. It's some stuff will move your old self. Yeah, it will. Pastor, oh, them that way. Nah. Watch yourself. There's some things to make an old man be like, woo. That's right, be seeing a 90-year-old man in skinny jeans. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. Now, who telling us this? Who telling us this? Who telling it to Paul? So it just is not. It just ain't Paul. It's God giving to Paul what the church needs. Come on. I said it's God giving to Paul what the church needs. So God know his people needed to be told, watch who y'all hang with. Do not be deceived. Don't be duped. Evil company corrupts, ruins good habits. You know that's a warning. I said that's a warning to those who desire to walk properly. How do I know when company is evil? I got to be in touch with the all-knowing one. Because sometimes you can't just look on top surface to try to determine or discern whether company is good or evil. You have to depend on, watch this, the omniscience of God. God knows more about that person than you do. Oh, I'm talking right, and some of you are not going to like this, but sometimes evil company has to do with kinfolk. I said, folk got your last name. Folk got the same blood you got, but they not walking how you striving to walk. And sometimes, like it or not, folk that mess some saints up is their kinfolk. Now, some of you see that word may have stepped on your toes. I don't let nobody talk about my family. First of all, I'm not talking about your family in particular. I'm talking about all of our families. Because everybody in here got somebody you some kin to that you really don't have nothing or need to have nothing to do with Uncle So-and-so. Now, I ain't calling no name. But when you see Unc coming, you already know. Unless he got saved last night. And you'll tell people, I know my uncle. Girl, there she come. Some lies finna get told and some people finna get talked about. You can go to a family reunion, you know what table to sit at. If you really want to know why so-and-so and them got divorced, sit over there at that table. And you're going to come away knowing everything. But see, sometimes we can just sit there. Girl, shut your mouth. You don't mean shut your mouth. You mean, girl, keep opening your mouth. Shut your mouth means you keep bringing that. Ooh, I knew it was something. No, they didn't. Girl, at our church. Woo. And next time you come back to church, you looking at people. I'm telling you, girl, something going on between them two. Girl, stop. I'm telling you, watch them. And it just happened to be at that moment, somebody told somebody, hey, give them that for me. And so that's all you doing it. Girl, you calling them up after church. Slipped him a note. I said, slipped him a note. See, but what you don't realize is that you looking through an evil eye. You looking for mess. You looking for trouble. You didn't come today to hear the word. You came to see if what they told you was so or not. And like it or not, they have contaminated your spirit or your ability to be taught. Because it's hard for somebody to teach you and your spirit has been corrupted.